Well, you are about to watch Hunt 21. And, Fumbles and Dan, old Danny boy, are going to be going on this one. I can't make it out on this hunt because my kids have basketball games, and so I'm tied up. And Fumbles found a bunch of geese on a sandbar. But we're going to give them the camera, and maybe if they break the camera, then I can sucker them into giving me money, and I can get a new upgraded camera. So Dan's here. Dan's getting the boat.
Yep.
You know I'm sending the camera gear with you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
I get to.
Well,
it's a privilege and an honor. I can't believe I get to actually haul the boat. And let me tell you something, folks. Elliot is going to be having an anxiety attack from here until I actually get to the river with you, Dad. I know.
No, I'm not going to be worried
I'm taking every corner at like 90 miles an hour. I want to see how good that tread is on the trailer. That's for sure.
Okay, the man,
bam, bam!
the myth, the legend, Fumble Mitts.
Got my foot on the gas hose. All right, so here we are at the boat ramp. See my truck, the hood is up. It's up because it won't start. So there's somebody else beat us in here. We're hunting on the river today, and there were lots of geese on an island downriver. I checked it this week, and so there was some other guys that beat us in here. We thought we'd wait till they flush off and then go in, but these guys beat us in here, so that's not so good. And then on top of that, my truck won't start, so I can't. It's kind of blocking the ramp here a little bit, so I've got to get it off the ramp before. So we've got 2 batteries in the boat, so I'm going to try to put one in the truck and see if it works. All right, we've slipped the boat battery in here, and it's going to fit. We don't have it hooked up yet. And there's the bad boy. It's letting us down. Bad battery. Bad battery. All right, maybe it'll act better next time.
Okay, all right, the moment of the truth here. Oh, all right.
Yay!
Okay, all right, now we're halfway done here. Let's see if the boat starts now.
Now the question is, will the boat turn over with that other battery?
I don't know.
That's the question.
There's like, say hello to the Black Death. I don't know why they call it Black Death. Maybe because it leaks black oil. Let's just see if that battery has a few more starts left in it. Yes!
All right, as we were coming in to the river here, there was a goose that was winged that was running along the sandbar. And rather than let it be wounded and everything, Danny boy pursued it with candy and was able to take it so that we don't have a wounded bird. Can you get up in the boat? Kennel up. Atta girl, nice job, Candy. There comes Danny boy. His first Canada goose. Coming up on the spot where they've been sitting, and there's still a lot of them in here. I'm not real crazy about flushing them, but this is where they want to be, so we'll see what happens here.
So while Danny and Fumbles are moving up the river, flushing hundreds of geese, I'm stuck watching girls' 2nd grade basketball. Have you ever watched girls' 2nd grade basketball? It's painful.
All right, well, here we are in this sandbar. This is really where they want to be. We're looking south, and the wind is in our face, but this is not good, but this is really where they been wanting to be. And so I think we're going to make the landing zone right out here. Lots of geese flying around. We need to get set up. All right, it is 9:15, and we're finally set. We've got a lot of duck decoys, very few geese. We're not really set for goose hunting, but we have shot geese in this set before, And Elliot, who I refer to as Sonny Boy, has some basketball games today. So he's out of luck. So here we are, we have geese overhead. We'll see what happens. Well, we got some flying over. Flying over, but not giving us a really good look. But it's about 10 till 10, and there's a lot of geese flying around, but they don't really act like they're ready to come back in here to water. So I don't know, we probably don't have a good assessment of what our setup is like at this point. But anyway, we're gonna try it with one blind for a little while once he gets some branches down here to disguise the blind a little bit. We've got white sheets over the top of this, so hopefully it blends in with the snow a little bit. Well, here comes Danny Boy with the branches. He's been over there hacking away. So we're going to disguise this blind and stick Danny Boy in here and see if he can shoot a goose. He is a good boy, that Danny Boy. Our problem with geese is that we're duck hunters. We just don't hardly have any goose decoys, and we're just always duck hunting. But at this time of the year, once in a while it turns into, on the river there's some geese. Well, like today, it's almost totally geese. So we're hoping with just a few setup of geese that we have and the duck decoys that we can bring some in. Oftentimes we can. Usually it's only one or two at a time. It's difficult to pull a whole flock. Well, here we are again, building a fire. It's cold. Geese have quit flying. It's about 11:30 or so. I'm building a little fire. We'll call Dan up here pretty soon to get warm. So here we go. I think the geese will start moving here pretty soon and coming back in, I'm hoping. That's feeling good. My hands warmed up. He's cold, and he's lonely, and he's gooseless. So the sound of a fire sounds like a really good deal to him. Danny's been laying out there on that icy sandbar.
It's like I was laying in a little frozen coffin.
That doesn't sound like a very good idea to me. So it doesn't take much to get him out of there and get him up here. So how you feeling now, Dan?
Good, you said fire, right? Oh my God, look at that. I felt like Han Solo. It was frozen.
Okay, so Dan is warming himself by the fire. And in the meantime, I don't know if we're getting it, but we've got a goose here circling the decoys, circling the decoys. And that goose is gonna try to land in there, I think. Keep circling. I can't see him through the viewfinder, but he's got to be in there. So we've made several mistakes here today. One is, for some reason, I don't have all of my goose decoys. I've got 3 down there with the wrong bases, and I've got 4 more someplace, probably in my garage, that I thought I gave to Elliot, Sonny Boy, but I must not have, because he didn't give them to me on this deal. So we're a little bit lacking on this deal. So we busted our butt, got up early in the morning, came out here, truck wouldn't start, had all kinds of trouble, and then ended up not having all the decoys we needed. Danny Boy here wants some water. So what are you doing, Dan?
We're going to be melting snow today.
Let's see how that's done.
Okay.
Get,
Just skim it off the top.
oh, so you're not scooping it off the ground?
No, no. Just the yellow snow on the ground. That gets scooped. That's a delicacy.
So I see. Hey Dan, what did you do? Did you set in some kind of puke or something?
No. Now,
What is that?
I'm glad you asked. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. I kind of wondered.
This is cheap adhesive, folks. Oh, my waders are broke. Oh, what to do? Here's what you do. You go to Home Depot and you buy a bottle of something called Great Stuff. It's spray foam. And
It's foam?
Yeah, and it's like $4 for a whole bunch.
And it's working?
It's working. It's actually working. And here's how I figured that out. Because I used it for something else ridiculous, and it ruined all of my shirts. Wash after wash after wash. It's still on there. So I thought to myself, that's good adhesive right there.
Is that insulation foam?
Spray foam, yeah.
Oh, gee, man.
And now it looks disgusting.
Well, it does. It is really disgusting, Dan.
But it's
My waders were leaking, and you know what I did?
You bought more waders, didn't you?
Yeah,
They're not going to beat me, okay?
yeah,
They're not.
but mine don't look yucky.
Yeah, well, I'm not the average consumer, all right? They're still trying to figure me out.
All right. There's Dan's snow.
Yep. See, I can't do minute rice, but I'm pretty sure I can do this. Pretty sure.
No, we're gonna watch Dan melt his ice. All right, there's Dan's water from that cup full of snow.
Failed.
Tell me about your water,
I
Dan.
completely failed. See, I can't even boil water.
You know, Dan, you remind me of Survivor Man.
Oh, which one? The Bear Grylls guy or the real one?
The real one, yeah.
That's a compliment.
He spends all day trying to condense some water, and he ends up with 2 drops, and then he acts like it's really quenching his thirst.
Oh, yum. Oh, this is so good. These 3 milliliters of water just, it's just going to take me through the day in the Sahara.
And then he catches a mouse, and he acts like that's going to sustain him for 2 weeks.
But I was saying, he ran through his TV show once, and he said, I've gotten 3 parasites, 7 worms, 8 different kinds of rashes. Would not want to be Survivor Man. I'm sorry.
He pretty takes it on the chin, I'll tell you that.
He sure does.
He's pretty good at building fires, but getting food, not so good.
He doesn't need food because the parasites are going to eat it anyway. That's why he's always hungry.
We had a goose really look at our decoys, looked hard, and ultimately rejected them. I think we're just short on goose decoys, and we've got our duck decoys all in too tight with our goose decoys, I think. So we're going to go down and rearrange them and see if we can do a little better. And just to give you a panorama of what we've got, it's really a winter wonderland. All right, what we've done here, we've moved all these duck decoys back. I sort of have the feeling that they were crowding the goose decoys. And then we kind of put the goose decoys right here in a spot, in a group. And that's what we're saying, and we're sticking to it. All right, I'm gonna go sneak back up in the trees and see if I can get a picture of Danny Boy shooting a goose. Well, time is ticking on and on and on, and there just are not hardly any geese flying. I've been down past this spot a couple times in the last week, and this time about an hour from now. It's 2:30. But about 3:30 both days, and there have been geese all over this place. So I don't know if we just really scared them off of this place or what coming in. And Danny Boy is still down in that little layout blind freezing his tush. Here we are. There's Candy. We've got a neoprene vest on her, and I've got a brown warm vest snapped around her neck, so she's all nice and comfy. And I guess we'll give it another 45 minutes or so. Well, Danny Boy is crawling out of his blind.